Technology has given us access to a broad range of communication methods which fulfill different needs. Urgent information may need to be communicated by phone or text. Lengthy information may need to be communicated by email. But some information is best communicated visually. Our topic today is one method by which you can do that. Just as emojis have become a shorthand version of communicating emotional information, GIFs are a shorthand way of communicating visual information. First, a note about pronunciation. This has sometimes been a topic of hot dispute. The originators of the file type pronounce the G like J, pronouncing the word like GIF. But another popular pronunciation is the hard G sound, as in the word goat. Despite the fact that some people have very strong opinions on the matter, you can find both pronunciations in the dictionary, so the bottom line is that either is considered correct. What is a GIF? It is a short, silent video segment played on a loop. It is often used in social media or entertainment contexts, but there are practical uses as well. So let's talk about some simple methods to create a GIF. A PowerSoft screen recorder is a free screen recorder. You can resize the recording field to fit the size of your content, and you can save your recording as a GIF file. I like to use this for quick demonstrations. Sometimes I get a question about how to do something in Blackboard where I don't need a full video to show the answer, but it's also easier to show than to tell. GIFs are a quick way to do that, and a PowerSoft is a good way to capture that kind of demonstration. Let me show you what I mean. Using this free online screen recorder requires a short download. Once you've downloaded, you can press Start Recording. It takes just a moment to launch the application, and then you have those red lines at the edge of the screen that show what the field is. But if I don't want the full screen, I can click on Region. And now I can decide the size that I want it to be. Let's start with that. That's a good size. Now, let's say I'm looking at Blackboard. Someone has asked the question, how do I make one of the tabs in the menu visible? I can use my screen recorder, move it over to the section that needs to be recorded. I can adjust the size. When I'm ready, I hit record, and it gives me a countdown. Then I just go through the motions to show how to show the link. And now there's no box there. I can click stop. And you can see the short video that I took, walking through the motions. Now here's why a PowerSoft screen recorder is good for this particular type of GIF. Because when I go to save, I can upload to the cloud, or I can save to my computer, and I can automatically save as a GIF file. Now I can view the GIF to make sure that it looks good. A GIF should be on a loop. There should be no audio. And it just walks through the steps over and over again, going up to the drop-down menu, choosing Show Link, and then demonstrating that the box is gone. Okay, and that GIF is done. I save it, and now I can send it to someone in an email because it's a very small file. I can put it in an email and send it to the person who had the question. So that's one quick way to make a walkthrough GIF. Now imagine using this for illustrating concepts. Suppose you have a student who is struggling with a concept and you know of a video that provides a helpful illustration of the problem, but you don't want to assign the entire video. That's where you can use a website called Giphy. You will be required to create an account, and then all of your GIFs will be saved together. To create a GIF from a video that's online, I can go to Create, and in this box, I enter the URL. Here's the video. Perhaps I wanted to illustrate to my students the different sizes of planets. You can choose where in the video you want your GIF to start. So if we want it to start at the beginning or a few seconds in. This bar allows you to determine the duration. So how much of the video do you want to be in your GIF? 4 seconds, all the way up to 15 seconds. A couple of important factors though. In order to use a video from YouTube, it has to be under 10 minutes long. Otherwise, it won't upload to the website. And remember that it won't have sound, so the explanation has to be visual. Let's say that you want to create an animated GIF to add visual appeal or engagement. First, remember that there are hundreds of thousands of GIFs already in existence, and you may find one ready-made. But if you are feeling creative, I want to show you how you can make a simple animated GIF with PowerPoint. So this is just a basic slide with some words. This is just a reminder for students. And under animations, each of these has been animated to do something. So if I play the preview, it's going to look like this. Okay, very simple. I can add other slides. I can make this longer. I can add characters. Anything you can do in a PowerPoint, you can use to make a GIF. Now I'm ready to create the GIF. So I go to File, I choose Export, Create a Video. I have options as to the size of the video. Because this is a GIF, it's going to be small anyway, so I don't necessarily need to worry about it being HD. I'm just going to choose the smallest size, lowest quality, and I'm going to create a video. The video that is created is in MP4. So I'm going to save this in my videos. Now that I have it saved, I have two choices for what I can do. I can go back to Giphy and go to my Create, and I can choose my MP4 and I can upload it here. I'll be able to add stickers to it. I'll be able to draw on it and things like that. So that's one option that I have. The other option, if you just want a straightforward GIF, you're not looking to add stickers, you're not looking for anything fancy, you just want it converted from MP4 into GIF. This is a website called Cloud Convert. I can use this website to transfer my file from MP4 to GIF. No frills, no stickers, just a simple file transfer. You don't even have to create an account. What I like about this particular website is that you get a copy of your file to download instead of it living on the web like it does with Giphy. With Giphy, unfortunately, you can't download it. You can only embed or share. So I'm trying to transfer my MP4 to GIF. Here's the cool thing about Cloud Convert. It can convert audio files, document files, ebook files, fonts, images, presentations, spreadsheets, vectors, videos, all these different files, and it can convert them into other similar file formats. So if you learn nothing else from this video, write this down, Cloud Convert. This is a great tool. So I'm going to change from MP4 to GIF. I'm not going to change the resolution, although I can. I can change the aspect ratio. I can trim. So if I were working with a video that I needed to trim some off, I would put the timestamp in here for how much to trim off the beginning and where to start it and where to end the trim. That way, if you're working with a longer video, you can put that information in there and still have a short little GIF. Okay, and I'm going to select my file from my computer. I saved it in videos, and there it is. Convert to GIF, convert. And just like that, I now have a GIF. I download, and there it is. When I open it up to check it out, there it goes. And it's just going to play on a loop. So I can insert that into a Blackboard page, I can put that on a document, and it basically acts as an image. If you want to explore more, there are also a plethora of apps for smartphones with some really nice features. If you're like me and you just really like creating graphics, I also recommend checking out canva.com. You can make GIFs and many other graphics through Canva. I hope that you found some inspiration and ideas here and that you have a new tool that you can use in your toolbox.